Hello there.
Quick, like the video right now before Cat in the Hat goes to your house to arrest you. I wouldn't risk it. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I hope your day is going as great as mine is. And if it's not, I hope this video could brighten up your day. As you saw from the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 Sith Lords of all time. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. And yeah, let's jump right into it. And coming in at last place is going to be Count Dooku. This character foreshadows Anakin in a way because he left the Jedi Order as well as Anakin, and he became a Sith Lord just like Anakin. But the only thing with him that's different from Anakin is Anakin went back to the good side, and Anakin has a better character arc in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like Count Dooku. I really enjoy his character. From the first time we see him in Attack of the Clones, I thought it was really cool how his style of lightsaber dueling was. It was like fencing. It was really cool to see someone like that because during the whole saga we didn't get to see anything like that up until Attack of the Clones when we were introduced to him. So I really enjoyed that, and how he died to Anakin. Obviously we all know he was toying with Anakin because Darth Sidious told him to toy with Anakin, and that's how he died. And Anakin didn't really beat him until he tapped into the dark side to defeat him. And that's why he lost and he died to Anakin. And honestly, I really like this character, but the reason why it falls so short is he is kind of boring. The only reason why I have him so high is because of how cool like his lightsaber dueling is. Other than that, his dialogue and everything like that is quite boring, to be honest. I don't like the way he talks as so many other people do. He's just so weird and whatever you call it, sophisticated. I don't know. I just don't really like sophisticated talking. He just sounds so weird and whack. But nonetheless, still a good character. But that is why it's at number 5 for my top 5 favorite Siths of all time. And coming in at number 4 will be Kylo Ren. I honestly think that Kylo Ren is the one that kind of kept the sequel trilogy together for me, partly because he's the only interesting character from the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. I do kind of like Poe, but honestly, that was him and Poe were the only ones I really cared about. So during this trilogy, really all I cared about was to see how Kylo Ren would digress and his character arc would grow. And I really enjoy his character in The Rise of Skywalker. How he turned back to the good side. It was really well scripted and planned out by J.J. Abrams. And Adam Driver did an excellent job portraying Kylo Ren. People said he was kind of methoding. He's a method actor for him. He was in character when they were on set half the time, but whenever he was off set, he was obviously Adam Driver, as we see him in SNL and stuff like that, and funny Adam Driver. But the actor said that during the filming, he wasn't Adam Driver. He was Kylo Ren. He fully submerged into Kylo Ren. And I really enjoy his character. It really resembles Anakin, with him battling between his feelings on what he should do, as he's tied between the good side and the dark side, and he has this great amount of grief and regret of overkilling his dad Han Solo, as we see in that heartbreaking scene in episode 7 when he kills Han Solo. And he carries out all through the whole trilogy up until The Rise of Skywalker, where I honestly think it was Han Solo. For some way, Leia did something so that Han Solo could talk to his son one last time and forgive him. And honestly, that was the most heart-wrenching thing that I have ever seen in Star Wars. Probably not number 1, but definitely up there. It was just a really good, heartfelt scene in The Rise of Skywalker. I really enjoyed that, and him finally getting the forgiveness that he needed to go back to the good side, go back to being a Jedi and coming and going to help Rey beat Palpatine and sacrificing his life so that Rey could live. And honestly, all in all, I really dig this character arc, and I really like how they planned it out. It was really well scripted and really well planned out, as I always say. So yeah, that's why he's at number 4. And coming in at number 3 will be Emperor Palpatine. Now, Emperor Palpatine's arc is very well scripted as we see him through the whole entire saga. We even see he's appeared in every single Star Wars trilogy. As we see, he's the most powerful Sith. Actually, no, he's not the most powerful, but he's second in the most powerful. But he's third in my favorites of my favorite Siths of all time. Now the reason why I like this character so much, and the reason why he's really at number 3 is because of his how evil and schemish and such an just the absolute definition of villain is him, and he's actually the perfect Sith of all time, the most powerful Sith of all time. His character arc, though, doesn't go really deep. You really want him to just die and just be killed off. Now, it's not the same with some of the other ones on my list. You don't feel that way. You want them to go back to the good side. For him, you just want him to die. You just want to kill him so bad during the whole movie. And it just goes to show how smart he is. He is a genius. He has so much abilities and so many, like, how long he waited just to attack. He waited all the way up from Anakin when he was like around 9 or 10 up until he was around 23 or 24 in the Revenge of the Sith just to make his attack. And he waited, and he's the reason why, and he's the reason behind clones, which is everyone loves Clone Wars, and I love Clone Wars too, and I love clones too, and he's the reason why clones were basically created, and he's the reason why he got clones to help fight against the droids, the separatists, in the Republic, and we all know why the real reason why he wanted the clones was because of Order 66, probably the most gut-wrenching scene in Star Wars history. Well, yeah, the gut-wrenching scene in Star Wars history was Order 66. That scene was just so gut-wrenching and so sad to see all those Jedis die, as we see A-List dying, all of the A-List, Plo Koon. We're probably going to see more in the next Clone Wars episode that I'm very hyped for. It's just to see how many Jedis he killed by himself, as he fights, he even killed Kid Fisto, and technically he didn't really kill Darth Maul. Darth Maul defeated him, but Darth Maul was also using the dark side. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Darth Sidious now. And he just was a really well scripted character, Sith, I should say, villain. And he definitely needs to be be put in the top 3, and that's why he's at my top 3. As we see him build the Death Star with Vader in up until Return of the Jedi, which he was supposed to be killed by Vader. But we all know how people Sith Lords falling from shafts, they always come back. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's such a dad joke. But he came back in The Force Awakens. No, not the one am I seeing, The Force Awakens. No, he came back in The Rise of Skywalker, and he was even more powerful. I mean, you just saw how overpowered he was, and the only way that he was able to be taken down was all the Jedis putting all their power into Rey as she powers through, and it wasn't Rey who powered through, it was all the Jedis who powered through to kill Darth Sidious, and all the Siths were in Darth Sidious, so it was Sith versus Jedis, and Jedis prevailed like it should be. However, we've seen many Jedis win by using tapping into the dark side, but yeah, I'm going down a rabbit hole. Palpatine is just a well scripted and well written character. He's evil. He just is nasty. You want to kill him, but at the same time, you have to give credit where credit is due. He has patience. He's genius. He's smart, and that's why he lands at number 3. And at number 2 is going to be Darth Maul. I enjoy this character as so many other people might have.
That you had you.
Okay, take 2. Number 2 is going to be Darth Maul. I enjoy this character. As soon as I saw him for the first time in The Phantom Menace, I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with this character and how cool and sick it was. Like I said earlier, with Palpatine, you want him to die. With Darth Maul, you don't want him to die because of how awesome he is. As everything goes, he got sliced in half, fell down a shaft, but he came back because of his hatred. Like I said, Siths and shafts just don't go together. They always come back to life for some reason. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, so many dad jokes. I need to stop saying dad jokes. Okay, no, for real. And he really earned my respect on how he killed Qui-Gon Jinn, and just really shows how powerful he is. And, Qui-Gon Jinn was probably one of the most powerful Jedis of all time. And Darth Maul was able to take him down. But as we see, Obi-Wan Kenobi was able to use his... you tap into the dark side, because if you rewatch it, it almost seems like Obi-Wan taps into the dark side, as many other Jedis do, to defeat their enemy. But no, that's a video for another day about how Jedis tap into the dark side. Leave a like and comment down below if you want to see a video about that. But yeah. So then Obi-Wan Kenobi kills him by tapping into the dark side, in my theory, and then with the hatred that carried on from him dying. From Darth Maul dying, the hatred carried on, and it kept him alive. And as we see, he's the first son of Dathomir. So then in Clone Wars, you guys know the story, as he starts getting taken care of, and he has robotic legs. La 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 la. It's a video for another day. We see him come back to life, and I'm really excited for the new episode of Clone Wars. We're gonna see more of him. I'm just in awe. Like, I love this character, this Sith, and one of the biggest things that stand out, as many other people know, is his lightsaber. This is the first time we see any Jedi or Sith ever use a double-bladed lightsaber, and as soon as I saw that, I just fell in love. I mean, the actor who trained for this really trained really hard with bow staffs and stuff. I mean, still to this day, I mess around. I have a little plastic double-bladed lightsaber that's Darth Maul. I kind of mess around with it sometimes, but it's really fun. However, it's really challenging. That's why I've noticed is both staffs are not easy to control or do. So the actor really trained hard to get this role, as he deserves it, and just shows how powerful and talented and really just the abilities in the dark side Darth Maul has. I'm not going to say he's the best, most powerful Sith Lord of all time, but he's definitely up there. He's definitely not past Palpatine. He's 100% not past Darth Vader. But in my opinion, his character is cool, really, really cool. And as you guys probably already know, it's at number 1. That's why he's at number 2. And to no one's surprise, number 1 is going to be Darth Vader. I absolutely love this character, as so many other people do. How menacing and scary he really is. How the goosebumps that he gives you in Rogue One when we see him for the first time on the theater screen in years and decades. And we see him with his red lightsaber. That's one reason why I absolutely love Rogue One, is because of Darth Vader. Oh my goodness, just thinking about that scene gives me goosebumps. But no, it's just, the character of him is just wonderful. The way it shows how Anakin slowly taps into the dark side up until Revenge of the Sith. Then he snaps right into the monster. He becomes this Darth Vader. And now many people have a problem with how Hayden Christensen performed, and how it showed how Anakin turned into Darth Vader. And people don't like it. Well, I loved it. I absolutely loved Hayden Christensen's performance in Revenge of the Sith, of him turning into the monster he becomes in episodes 4, 5, and 6. And the way that Hayden Christensen performed was just something special, and it needs to be recognized more often, and needs to stop being hated. Of course, Attack of the Clones, it did have some cheesy dialogue, really cheesy dialogue, actually.
And it's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft.
But like I always say, it does not diminish his character at all. Anakin, Hayden Christensen wasn't his fault with that dialogue. That was George Lucas' fault for writing that. But I don't blame it all on George Lucas. George Lucas is always going to be a great director. It's just some cheesy parts. Everyone has their highs and everyone has their lows. But still doesn't diminish Hayden Christensen's performance in Revenge of the Sith, of him turning into Darth Vader. Darth Vader is probably the most menacing villains out there. I mean, just hearing him breathe gives me goosebumps, and remembering Rogue One gives me goosebumps. Rogue One was probably when it showed him, that was probably the best scene in Star Wars. Well, not the best scene, but one of the best scenes in my opinion. But once again, it was great, it was wonderful. I absolutely love Darth Vader. His how his costume is, and how he has to breathe because of Mustafar, because of the battle on Mustafar against Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just everything about him just so menacing and awesome and cool. And obviously we see as Anakin turns into him, loss and grief, and his lost his old friend, but also hatred. Darth Vader has so much hatred in him, and really just goes to show the true Sith. What a true Sith should be is 100% going to be Darth Vader. Like I said earlier, one of the best, most powerful Sith Lords of all time. I'm kind of still thinking, who do you guys think is more strong, Emperor Palpatine or Darth Vader? Because after watching earlier, I was like, okay, Darth Vader, but after I was done watching The Rise of Skywalker, it really, really just shows how overpowered and how powerful Emperor Palpatine is. Let me hear your thoughts down below on that, but yeah. That's why he's at number 1. Let me hear your top 5 down below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more. And if you guys want to see me make a my top 5 favorite Jedi video, smash the like button. I might do it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.